Hey there everyone, welcome to another bite-sized review. Today we'll be taking a look at a more recent film. This is Lightyear from Pixar. This is their most recent release, and this is a 2022 film. This was directed by Angus MacLane. It runs an hour and 45 minutes, and it is a spin-off of the Toy Story franchise. So this comes after Toy Story 2, or I'm sorry, Toy Story 4. There's been quite a bunch of them. But this is the first spin-off. There is also a separate continuity called Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, which I think this movie takes a little inspiration from. That was technically the first spin-off, but that was 2D animated, so this is 3D. And this is a much more realistic take on the Buzz Lightyear character. Specifically, this is a much different version of Buzz. There are a ton of callbacks, though, and it feels very familiar, yet this is a brand new story. So, this Buzz Lightyear is not played by Tim Allen. Pixar wanted a different take on him, so they cast Chris Evans as the main character of Buzz. And I think that was a good choice. He has this heroic voice, obviously. You might recognize him as Steve Rogers. He was in some other things, like he was also in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and some other things, like some comedies back in the early 2000s. And he's been in some great films. And he plays Buzz here very serious, although there are moments where he is jokey, very reminiscent of Tim Allen. Yeah, this is a new version. Patrick Warburton voiced Buzz Lightyear in the animated series, Star Command. So we've got three different Buzzes here. We've got Allen playing the original toy, then we've got Warburton, who's the 2D version, and now we have Evans, who is the realistic version, which I think is cool. I think it was a nice change to make Buzz more of almost like a war hero, kind of, where he's very serious, very by the books, very mission focused, but then he's also got a lot of comedy sprinkled throughout, which I think is cool. That's what you want from a hero, which is nice. He gives a great performance, especially towards the end of the film, like in the third act, like the finale. I think that's probably the strongest version, or the strongest aspect of the performance. We have several new characters, which might notice from the poster here. We do have some new recruits who are kind of space rangers in training, almost. So they're like the fresh-faced rookies. We've got, let's see, Alicia Hawthorne. It's kind of hard to talk about this film without spoilers. I will only spoil one thing. There is time travel involved. That's the only spoiler I will give for this review. So yeah, just go in expecting that. The trailer might have given it away, I'm not sure. But I had to kind of mention that, just to mention the characters. We do have Alicia Hawthorne, who's played by Uzo Aduba, and she is the veteran alongside Buzz, so she is kind of his partner in, she's his partner, kind of throughout the first half. She's like the present day, sidekick to Buzz. So she and him have been at Star Command for a long time. They've been working together, and so they're both veterans. They've done this before. It's like a tag team kind of thing. She's great. She has a lot of great lines, and she has a really interesting story, I will say, and a cool design. We do have her daughter, who is played by, Izzy Hawthorne. She's played by Kiki Palmer, and she's great as well. She's like the younger recruit. She works really well, and she's very funny, has a great comedic timing. We do have Mo, who is this kind of silly guy that's been recruited for Star Command. He's voiced by Taika Waititi. You'll know his voice when you hear it. He's got a distinctive voice and a very distinct comedy style, which I think works really well for him in this film. We also have Darby, who is this older woman, and she is very, she's had a few brushes with the law, let's say. She has a criminal record, you could say. And she's kind of on the last block of ice from for Star Command. She is on thin ice, I should say, and she she's on the team as well. She's a new recruit, even though she's been, you know, at Star Command for a long time. She is also in this film. She's pretty great, especially with weapons, so that's fun. We do have a new character as well. Well, those are all new characters pretty much, aside from Buzz and a few others, which I'll mention in a minute. We do have Socks, the cat, who is a robotic cat given to Buzz, kind of in the middle of the film. He's kind of like this emotional, like, caregiver in a way, so it's kind of interesting. He is very, very funny, and he is played by Peter Song, who does a wonderful job giving him such a great voice. You're gonna get at least one laugh from Socks, the cat, which I think was really fun to have him. Like, Buzz is super serious, then you have Socks, who is super, like, hilarious and just really funny with all the lines. So that was great to see him. And he's also really important. Like, he has a lot of cool, like, he's like a cool design and very, very interesting technology, which is actually really useful. So I think that's cool. Lastly, Angus MacLane, the director, also plays Zurg's Zurgbots, or the Zyclops robots, which is cool. And he gets to voice some characters. And lastly, we have Zurg himself, who is majorly different from the Zurg from Toy Story 2, I guess the overall franchise. Also different from Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, which also features Zurg. This version, I really enjoy this version. I like this redesign of him. He's much more intimidating in this film than the past versions. The other versions are much more comedy-based, whereas this Zurg is a lot more serious. He's a lot more evil, a lot more, like, threatening. He feels much more evil than previous versions, which I like that. I'll probably get into a character analysis with him and Buzz at some point. This Buzz and, you know, just the other versions as well, because I love Zurg. I prefer the evil Emperor Zurg from Toy Story 2. He's my favorite Pixar character and villain, but we'll get to that when we get to that. This Zurg is voiced by James Brolin, which I found very cool. So yeah, he's really great. He's introduced kind of halfway through, so he is the main villain. So yeah, I'm not gonna get into there's a twist, a major twist with him. You may have already seen what it is if you've been on the internet for any amount of time. If you get spoiled by the twist online, I'm very sorry. I feel bad if you have, but it's a really interesting twist. I really liked what they did. I'm a little bit disappointed, just a little bit, but I think it was really well done. And I loved seeing him. There actually are 3 post-credit scenes, or I guess end credit scenes, I should say. I guess there's 2 post-credit scenes, and then there's a credit scene at the very, very, very end. So look for that. It is there. If you're a Marvel fan, or if you know movies that have end credit scenes, you're gonna want to stay for the whole credits. Or if you're a big fan of staying through the credits. If not, you can look them up online. But they're actually well, 2 of them are funny, but the last one is very, very important. It's very serious. It sets up something. I'm not going to say what it is, but yeah. The story is really interesting with this. It involves 2 different timelines. You got some cool tech, like these new spaceships. For example, Buzz's new spaceship is called the XL-15. It's really cool, really reminiscent of Star Wars, Star Trek, Zathura. A lot of these space movies, it's very, like, similar to that. I guess inspired by that, which is cool. The action is amazing. The action is fantastic in this film. It's just really well made. The choreography is great. The music is awesome. The music is done by Michael Giacchino, who has done so many stuff for Disney and Pixar. He was awesome. And his score is fantastic in this film. Very excellent. There's a lot of emotional moments too, which I like. And the story is both emotional and it's very engaging, which is cool. So this Buzz Lightyear is supposed to be the inspiration for the toy. So it's supposed to be like the movie that Andy watched back in 1995. I guess when Andy was younger, he watched this movie, and so that inspired the toy line, which inspired him to get the Buzz Lightyear action figure, which we know from the Toy Story films. So That was interesting. I like that. When Lightyear was first announced, I didn't know exactly what they were trying to do necessarily. Like, I didn't know if it was supposed to be a reboot or like a remake or like a prequel or a sequel or something. But it appears to be its own thing. However, there are many, many callbacks to both Toy Story and the Star Command series. Um, and yeah, I think Lightyear was really well done. I don't think I had any real issues with this movie aside from the Zurg twist. Probably gonna have to knock a point down for that. I'm a little bit disappointed with that, just a little. I'm probably gonna give Lightyear a 9 out of 10. I would totally recommend this film if you're wanting a different Buzz Lightyear, but you still want the nostalgia of the original. This is great. If you're looking for something new, but it's also in the same universe, this is also a nice, a fresh thing, I think. If you're looking for action, romance, well, and not really romance, but like action, comedy, just a fun film, this is great. Um, Hopefully we can get a sequel. If not, I still think the end credit scenes were great. Everyone did a great job with with just like the acting and stuff. It was really well made, I think, and I really enjoyed this film. Um, I think it was really well made for what it was. Angus McLean did a great job. Um, I totally recommend Lightyear. It's a fun ride. It moves by surprisingly quickly, and you're gonna laugh at least once. It is very serious at times, but there are enough humorous bits to keep it flowing, which is good. Um, that's pretty much what I can say about Lightyear without spoiling anything. I think I'll do a small spoiler review, like a shorter one for this, because I'm sure the twist and stuff has already got spoiled. There's probably already spoilers, right now on YouTube. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of Lightyear. Did you hate it? Did you love it? Did you like it? What did you think about it? What did you think of Chris Evans as Buzz? I think it was great. The cast did a great job. So yeah, Lightyear, go see it if you're interested. You won't be disappointed, although that is subjective, but still, you might enjoy it. That's all for me. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you to infinity and beyond.